Hey, what up and welcome back to Canna by Dale. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a clone bucket so you can have clones all year round. So first you need to pick out a good bucket with a good tight sealing lid. I got this one that screws on because it's going to create more of a tight lid so that way you don't end up with any kind of water messes. Then you're going to need a circle cutter, 1/8 of an inch drill bit, and a drill. So then you're going to cut holes in this according to, first you're going to need to get some of these plugs from a garden store or from Amazon. You can find them online. So these are the clone plugs. So you're going to drill the hole just a little bit smaller than these plugs. These are 2-inch plugs, so I went a little under 2 inches so they'll fit in there nice and snug without falling through. So then you need to get a submergible pump that you can get from a grocery store or from hardware stores. Even pet stores have these. So you get the sub pump and they come with different size fittings so you can fit different size hoses coming off of this. So next you're going to need a 1/2 inch plastic pipe that you can find from a hardware store. This here is the fitting from the sub pump. I stuffed it on there. And you're also going to need one of these end caps for the 1/2 inch black pipe that you pick up at the hardware store. And this is plastic. You could use PVC or PVC. And then with your 1/8 inch drill bit, you're going to cut some holes offset in the black pipe. So that way you can screw in these little Rainbird sprayers. You'll find those in the garden center as well. So when you put them in there, you want to make sure that the hole that you're drilling is just a little smaller than the thread of the nozzle. So it'll fit in there nice and tightly without it falling out or spraying sideways. So then you can tighten these up with a little wrench, but make sure that the opening is in the upward direction so that way it sprays the bottom of the plants and not just spraying back down into the bucket. And you're going to make sure you cut this so it fits inside of the bucket. Then after you get this all constructed with the top on and this fitting and the different Rainbird adapters in there, they also sell foggers that you can put on there too, so you have a mist and a fog inside of your bucket, which is going to help you to grow some thicker root hairs. So after you have that connected, you screw this on top of the pump, drop the pump right into the bucket. Make sure that the pump is centered before you pour in the water. You're going to make sure that the pump is completely submerged. And then one of these holes that you cut, you're going to put the electric cord for the pump through. And make sure it's tightened down nice and good. You're going to use one of the plugs for the electric cord, so that way no water squirts out of it. And then you're going to plug up the holes with all these other plugs you got here. Once you get those all plugged up, take one of the plugs and you get your clone, you spread that apart, and you put the 2 inches of the bottom of the stem inside of there. See how it has a little opening for the stem there so it's not pinching the stem? And then you just put it inside of your bucket. Now, sometimes you'll want it for the first couple days, have a spray bottle to spray the leaves of the clone so that way it can get water, because since it doesn't have roots yet, the only way it can absorb water is through the leaves for the first day or two. So you can also get a humidity dome for this bucket, or you can make a humidity dome if you go to the store and buy a cake that has a good sized clear dome on top of it. So that'll help keep your humidity, and that's how you make a clone bucket. So thanks for joining me on Canna by Dale, and I'll talk to you guys soon.